Sex on sex on sex on sex. Drama-filled romance. Amazon did my book dirty. Despite me being on a book buying ban, I really need to go to bed now. Okay, time to pick out the next batch. I'm gonna focus on tabletop TBR picks. So The Sun is Also a Star, Make a Scene, which is also a TBR one. I don't know if I want to do both Ties That Tether and Grip, but maybe I should. And then I'm tempted to pick Grown since it is the late night book club pick for the month. I think I might. So these are my picks. And then maybe this one. This might be too much, but... Good morning! So today is Saturday, February 6th, and it is the beginning of the next reading vlog. Yay! Here are the picks for this week. I actually picked them last night. We'll see how things go. I decided to stick on the safe side for this week and focus on the tabletop TBR picks so that I can get those out of the way. Next week, I'm going to be doing a bunch of thriller stuff, but I also wanted for this week to focus on books that I can use for the BlackAuthorReadathon romance edition so I can try and get some more spots off of my bingo. All right, and on a separate note, I did end up finishing Black Enough last night, so this is included in last week's wrap up, but since I shot it right before I had finished reading it, I wasn't sure, so this is confirmation I did finish it. Okay, so I have successfully finished editing the reading vlog for last week, but as with what normally happens to me, Final Cut Pro is doing other stuff, so I can't even start exporting it. So it is 4:36 right now, and it's going to take time to finish up whatever it's doing, to render and export the actual video, and then to upload it. So I guess I'm just gonna post it tomorrow instead. So I started The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I'm not very far into it. I'm already not really enjoying it. I'm gonna give it a little bit more. I don't know why I'm not enjoying it so far, but I'm not. I can confirm the thing that I dislike is the random interjections of other people's thoughts or random information that is not fully related to whatever's going on. Okay, so I'm 156 pages in, almost halfway through, and I'm starting to really like it. It is true that from the beginning I did like the two characters, but like I said, for the first couple of chapters, it's like, how many voices are there going to be? I'm starting to get used to it, so it's not bothering me as much. Based off of what I can see on the inside, I think it probably wouldn't be as annoying as it is listening to the audiobook. I am starting to enjoy it more and more, and there are some parts about those interruptions that I like. Okay, I realized I forgot to update you on The Sun is Also a Star. I ended up finishing this late last night. The part of it that annoyed me the most ended up being probably one of my favorite parts of the book. I can confirm the thing that I dislike is the random interjections of other people's thoughts or random information. I really liked these little looks into what other people were experiencing and how interactions that you have with other people have more behind them. Who even are you? In terms of listening to the audiobook, I did find that aspect really annoying in the beginning because I was trying to figure out what this story was all about and get into it. And as I'm trying to do that, I just kept getting these just random bits of information that seemed very irrelevant and kind of annoying. So yeah, the most annoying part of this book ended up being my favorite part. I have finished my punishment prompt for the month. First book down. Now I think I might try to do some physical reading tonight because I have spent all morning focusing on working on art for my Patreon rewards. I'm really tired at this point and I feel like I do need a break. So I think I'm going to read a little bit. I do want to figure out which one of these I want to read. Part of me is tempted to read this one so that I can get one of the smaller books out of the way. This should also knock off at least 2 prompts, so that might be nice. But the other part of me is like, maybe I should focus on a TBR pick. This was one of the books I was the most excited about because I love the illustration. And then this one, I also think this is an enemies to lovers type story. I want to read this book so bad just because it's so pretty. Shh, don't tell anyone. I'm really reading this book. Okay, I'm loving this so far. Oh no, why? I relate with this guy so much. So he just... I feel so called out. Okay. He organized a bunch of stuff and she was all like, dude, what's your sign? He was like, what WTF are you talking about? She's like, your sign. He's all like, Virgo? And I was like, no! No! I'm being called out! Oh no! Okay, I'm a little over halfway through and I'm currently loving this book. So cute, so funny. I also just made myself some mac and cheese. I have finished Trust Falling for You and I loved it. Not a surprise. It's a super adorable romance. It was just cute and adorable and I loved it. It was totally my thing, okay? I like cheesy romances. 5 stars for me. I will probably read this more than once. I am making good progress to my blackout. I have 2 of these. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know why I'm snapping. I'm excited. I am happy. I'm excited. I'm feeling good. Feeling good in the neighborhood. Okay, I am making a fool of myself. I decided to do a little mini vlog on Instagram so that I can talk about the books as I'm reading them. I obviously finished Trust Falling for You already, but I shared a little bit here, and then I'm thinking of starting Make a Scene and doing a little bit of sharing for this as well. So, but yeah, I'm having so much fun already. Reading steamy books and I'm over here thirsty. Oh my goodness. Sex on sex on sex on sex. Okay, it is crazy late. I can't believe I'm still awake. I just finished Make a Scene and I absolutely loved it. And also, both of the authors were really, really sweet to me on Instagram. So I'm so glad that I loved both of these books. Had a great time and I really need to go to bed now because I know I have a busy day at work tomorrow. And good morning, time to put on some makeup. Did that even work? All right, hello, today is Monday, February 8th, and yeah. Anyway, I ended up watching last week's Readathon. Oh my goodness, I have so many things on my brain that I just like can't think. Last week's reading vlog, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I did notice a couple of things though. One, I forgot to put in the menu in the video, so I'm gonna try and do that. And 2, I forgot to put in the little like end screen at the end of it as well. So like, Your girl is slipping. Also, thank you so much to everybody leaving comments and supporting the channel and subscribing. You guys are friggin' amazing. Okay, so I finished adding the menu and end screen and stuff like that to my last video. I also want to reply to some of the comments, but I don't have that much more time before I have to go to work because I did sleep in a little bit. Okay, so it is currently lunchtime and the library god smiled down on me. So 2 books that I wanted to read this month, I just got mine from the library, so I'm so excited. So it's the audio. I already had the books, but I wanted to listen to the audiobooks for these, and I was worried that I wouldn't get them in time. So this one I'm going to be saving for next week. So I'm going to read this one next week, and then this one, I don't know, I might squeeze this in this week. Who knows? I'm so excited! Also, I have been able to start listening to Grip, but so far, it's interesting. I haven't gotten far enough into it to really say how I feel yet. Okay, so I am not that far into this one. I'm admittedly just like not enjoying it as much as I did the last one. Like the last book that I read by Kennedy Ryan, I was just engrossed. It was my physical read, and I read it in a single day despite it being just as thick as this and me not being a physical reader. This one, I'm listening to the audiobook. The audiobook is fine, but I just don't care. Like, there's nothing about the characters that really make me care. There has been nothing that has happened that has made me feel invested in what's going on. Okay, so I am pretty far into it. There's probably about a third left to go. I'm starting to kind of care for the characters a little bit more, but I'm at a point where I'm kind of like, why is there still a third left to go? So I'm sort of getting into it, but I don't imagine this is going to be a super high star rating for me. And I'm nervous about how things are going to turn around for the last third of this book. Okay, I have finally finished Grip, and this one's really hard for me because I didn't really care for this book at all in like the first half of it, but the second half I loved it. It seems like Kennedy Ryan is really good at writing suspenseful, drama-filled romance, like high intensity, just high stakes stuff. The end is like, yeah, this is a high 4 stars, even 5 stars. And the beginning, I'm like, this is a solid 3, maybe even a 2. Well, I didn't like dislike it, I just didn't care. Didn't care about it. So a solid 3, like no questions. It was just a solid 3 in the beginning. I guess that means this should just be a solid 3. It's just so sad because the ending, like, is really good. Good morning! So today is February 9th. I'm still in a good mood. I just finished putting on my makeup and I was re-watching what I've done so far in this vlog. It's interesting having me respond to the vlog as I'm doing the vlog. I apologize for this weird inception going on, but I was just watching the footage of me reading Trust Falling for You. That book made me laugh out loud several times, and it's so interesting watching me go from laugh to straight face. I just like, can't even do it without laughing. Anyway, it's just interesting because I didn't realize I was doing that because I was just reading the book. I was just reading the book. Anyway, today, I think I'm going to be able to listen to Ties That Tether, at least a good chunk of it. I do have a bunch of meetings, so I don't know how far I'll actually get into it. And then there's only certain parts of like tickets that I can, you know, watch or listen to other stuff. And then I'm hoping to do some drawing tonight. I think that's just going to be my thing tonight, is just drawing. I'm not very far into this, but so far I'm digging it.
In a moment so brief it almost doesn't exist. I hear the devil laughing.
I think I'm going to really enjoy this book. I didn't realize that this was like a straight up romance. For some reason, I thought this was more of a contemporary. So I'm on chapter 2 and I'm already like, oh honey, yes, this is what I'm looking for. Listening to this audiobook, and I'm really enjoying the book. I definitely will say the kind of big thing about it doesn't need to be there, but I don't mind it. Like, I think it does sort of add to the story because it kind of, like, it makes things not easy for her. Say, I just got some Amazon stuff. There should be some books in here. Okay, I was really excited to share with you the books I ended up picking for BlackAuthorReadathon, but Amazon did my book dirty. It's definitely seen better days. Anyway, the other books are fine. So I ended up getting The Ballad of Black Tom by Victor Lavelle. And then I ended up getting They All Fall Down by Rachel Housel Hall. Hope I didn't completely butcher that. And then for the buddy read, I ended up getting Wife of the Gods, which I believe also works for another one of the prompts as well. And this is by Kue Korti. Good morning! So today is February 10th and I have some updates. So yesterday after work I ended up finishing Ties That Tether, and then I also jumped into The Wedding Party and got a good chunk into it and finished this morning when I was taking my shower. I was like 5 minutes away from finishing the book. But yeah, so I enjoyed both of these books. I didn't really love either of them. So this one I think I ended up giving 3 stars. I think what was happening was cute. The enemies to lovers was super mild. They weren't really enemies, and some things felt a little bit fast, but it was still cute and I enjoyed it. So 3 stars, good read. And then Ties That Tether, as I had mentioned, I was really enjoying this. I liked how it went in the end. I do think some things were a little bit fast and some things were kind of skimmed over, and not everything was super believable, and like there were issues with it, but overall I did really enjoy it. The concept was interesting, the focus was interesting, all of that stuff. So yeah, I think I may have given this so either a high 3 stars or a low 4 stars. Now I have started The Worst Best Man. I realize it is Wednesday, so Wednesday for me is usually a meeting light day. There is a really big meeting in the middle of the day, but today should be a general like ticket making. I could listen to audiobooks, so I'm gonna get my book on today because typically the latter half of the week I just have too many meetings. So Wednesday's my getting the scheduling put together and just making sure that everybody has tickets and stuff like that. So it tends to be my chill, relaxed day unless things come up. But fortunately, looking at my calendar right now, it doesn't really look like there's too much going on. So I have started this morning and so far I'm enjoying it. The main character is Brazilian, so there is Portuguese in here, and you guys know I'm Jamaican, but my little brothers are Brazilian. So I'm Jamaican and German and my brothers are Brazilian and German. I went to Brazil. I want to learn Portuguese so that I can talk to my little brothers and so that they don't forget Portuguese. It was really refreshing being familiar with some of the terms. It's the casual, you know, like tudo bem, obrigada, things like that. So like, you know, hello, thank you. Contextually, I understand, you know, like, oh yeah, that's a morning greeting, or oh yeah, that's, you know, that's a term of endearment or something like that. Like, I get the general understanding. Okay, quick unboxing. My last My Thrill Club book club box arrived. So I did cancel this, even though I do actually like it so far. I guess I only got 1 month, so we'll see. This is what it looks like when we open it up. Looks like we got 2 hardcovers this time. First one is Requiem by Gear Tangen. Last Looks by Howard Michael Gould. Nice, I wasn't expecting that. My book of the month box came. I ended up adding some extras to my box. So I ended up picking Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers, new release, excited about this one. I also got The Boyfriend Project by Farah Roshan. Sorry. And then Opposite of Always by Justin A. Reynolds. And this one, I don't know what to expect. I know I'm going to try and read these 2 for the Black Author Readathon. So these will be the top priority, and then I might end up saving this for later or seeing if I could fit it into the readathon as well. We'll see. That moment when you order Chinese food for yourself and they give you 5 sets of chopsticks just to remind you how much of a fat ass you are. There's no chance this is just for one person. I just finished The Worst Best Man. It was cute. I was a little bit distracted at the end. I still liked it. It was fine. High 3 stars, low 4. I'm not sure what it's going to be in the end, but I did like it a lot. Good morning. So I ended up getting my last Fairy Loot box, and I thought that I would do a quick unboxing. All right, let's get into this. I have no clue what the theme is. This is what I've seen so far, and then I was like, maybe I should record this. So it looks like it's Greek mythology, a food spoon. What is this? Oh, it's a zippered bag. I guess maybe an iPad case. It seems padded. I'm assuming this is an iPad case. That's pretty. Then we have a trinket tray. Ooh, interesting. All right, then we have a letter opener, maybe? Metal bookmark. All right. Oh, this is gorgeous. I've never had a metal. This is really pretty. I dig this. Oh, a patch. Medusa. Oh, this art is pretty. They definitely have a lot of pretty art in the Fairy Loot boxes. And then we have our tarot cards and the book, which I'm hoping it's what I think it is. I'll be so happy because I have this on my wish list. Please be it. Please be it. It is! But it's got a different cover. Ooh, look at that. And please tell me it is. Okay. Okay. Okay, I need to take this off of my wish list. Admittedly, although this is friggin' gorgeous, I do kind of wish it had the other cover with the Medusa head. But let's see, this is so pretty. And then here's the art for it. I don't love this, but... So I have a ton of books that I've gotten. Despite me being on a book buying ban. So pretty much all of these have been from subscription boxes, and this technically was just on sale and it was on my wish list, and I was like, I'm gonna end up buying this book sometime soon anyway, so I might as well buy it when it's only $8. Okay, book updates time. So I read these books back to back, and I didn't take the time in between to do my Goodreads review for this book. So I feel like I kind of just rushed from one book to the other. But yeah, overall I enjoyed all of the books. Good morning. So today is Friday, February 12th. I actually got up at a normal kind of early time, so I have been able to do a lot before work this morning, which is really nice. I finished editing all the footage that I currently have for this vlog, and I noticed that I did a terrible job kind of explaining how I felt about this book. So as I said, I enjoyed it. I've kind of enjoyed, for the most part, all of the books that I've been reading this week, but definitely don't have nearly as many 4 stars, 5 stars as I have had previously. That being said, this book has a plot thing that I tend to really dislike, but the setup and the reasoning for it is done really, really well in this book, which almost makes me not mind that aspect. It's kind of that like miscommunication or keeping secrets type of things between the main love interests, which is something that I just personally do not enjoy in general. I get really annoyed at romantic partners who just don't tell each other things that there's no reason for them not to tell each other. Now, like I said, this was set up in a way where it actually really made sense and it didn't really bother me so much. I think the author did a great job with that, and it almost made me not mind it too much. But despite that, I still couldn't help but be a little bit annoyed that that was kind of the plot. Did like it. It was fun. Now I am currently reading the opposite of Always, and I started this yesterday. Yesterday, even though I didn't have as many meetings as I normally do, and I was mostly doing just like ticket stuff, which I usually am able to listen to audiobooks, the type of work was more focused on things that was like popping up throughout the day instead of my normal just like going through our thing and this and this and that. So I was a little bit distracted. So I didn't actually get through this very much. It's about a boy stuck in a time loop and the moments that make a life worth reliving. I do think the concept's really interesting, and I imagine that it's probably going to become even more interesting the further I get into it. Anyway, I also ended up getting Check Please, which is a graphic novel, and this one I didn't realize that this I believe it was a webcomic originally. I've wanted to read it for ages. A bunch of my illustrator friends and graphic novelists have suggested this over the years, and I just never got around to it. And when I found out that this was created by a Black author, I was like, yes, please. Hopefully I might be able to read this quickly this afternoon before I do my wrap up. I'm not sure if I'm going to be finishing this today or not before I wrap up this video. Okay, so lunch is about to wrap up, and I haven't read any more of Opposite of Always. I think I still have a ton left to read, and I'm just kind of not in the mood. I want something cheesy and romantic and ridiculous. So I think I'm going to give Beverly Jenkins a shot and read Forbidden historical romance. I'm sure it's going to be steamy and ridiculous, and I'm all for it. So I'm going to listen to the audio from the Whisper Sync while I work on the next set of tasks that I have to do.
After the hate in her eyes seared him. She ran off the morning after that witch monkey set fire to the house.
Okay, so I just ended up posting on my Instagram updates about everything. I included all of the hosts for the Black Author Readathon because I feel like there are so many hosts on this readathon that it's kind of hard to keep track of everybody and give everybody the proper like shout outs and stuff. So I have to make sure that I list everybody down below who is a part of the different challenges that I'm currently participating in. I learned all of this from Steph's Romance Book Talk, so she's kind of been the one that I've been shouting out in like my social media and stuff. But like I said, I know there's a ton of other people involved, so I wanted to include them and show some love. Anyway, I am currently reading Forbidden by Beverly Jenkins. I don't know if I'm going to finish either of these before I do my wrap up tonight. But yeah, that's kind of my update right now. All right, so this week I ended up reading quite a lot. So we're gonna try and get through these really quick. So speed reviews basically. So starting off with the first book that I ended up reading, The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. All of these books are by Black authors and they all are romances. So this one is a contemporary basically about a girl who is in the process of being deported, and while she's trying to fight to stay in America, she ends up coming across and meeting up a young man her last day in America, or supposedly, and they have a wonderful day together. Basically, they fall in love and they kind of fight for each other and they experience a lot, and it's heartwarming and touching. This book also has this theme of not knowing what other people are going through and your impacts on them and things like that. So there are a lot of these little snippets of information that you get in between the two main characters' stories that kind of go in on what's happening to either other people around them or regarding things that they've mentioned or something like that. And at first I absolutely hated it, but in the end I absolutely loved it. So I ended up giving this 5 stars. I think I might knock it down to 4, but a high 4 stars because I really liked it, but I don't know if I would read it again. Then I ended up reading Trust Falling for You, which is an office romance. This one is by Cherish Reed, and it was so Good. I absolutely loved it. So we have two teachers basically who are opposites. They don't really like each other. They think they don't like each other. And during this retreat, they kind of get paired, like buddied together, and they start learning about each other and they start falling for each other and yada, yada, yada. And it was so good. So good. It made me laugh a lot. I'm definitely gonna read this again because it was just charming. It was a quick read. I really enjoyed it. It was cheesy and cute and all the things that I enjoy. Then on the same night, I actually also finished reading Make a Scene by Mimi Grace. And this one is a fake dating romance where basically this young baker woman ends up convincing her gym neighbor to be her fake boyfriend to go to a wedding. And it was adorable. It was cute. I really enjoyed it. I liked the characters a lot. I liked their interest in each other. I don't know. I really liked it. Another 5 stars, super cute, cheesy, adorable, fun to read. Then we have Grip by Kennedy Ryan. And if you've seen last week's reading vlog, you know I had an emotional roller coaster with the last Kennedy Ryan book that I read. So I was prepared for some stuff. But I was really disappointed. Basically, the first half of this book, I didn't care about the characters. I didn't really care about what was going on. I felt almost no interest. At some points, I even disliked the main character. Towards the middle, I started warming up to them a little bit. And then I got to the end, and the end was really awesome, and I really, really liked it. But because I had such a bleh feeling for most of it, I ended up giving this 3 stars, even though the ending was pretty cool. Then we have Ties That Tether by Jane Igaro, and this one, I actually didn't realize that this was a romance. For some reason, I thought this was more of a contemporary, but instead this is actually a interracial romance about a Nigerian woman who is trying to find a Nigerian husband so that she can maintain her traditions and her heritage and kind of keep that within her family based off a promise that she had made to her father years before. And after having a one-night stand with a white man, she thinks that's the end of it, but later on he pops back into her life and things happen and she has to figure out what is she gonna do. I think this was a really good book. It had a lot of potential. I think for the most part, it did a really good job. There was one big plot thing that I don't necessarily think needed to be there. I know it bothered some people. It didn't bother me too much. But I don't know. I'm not 100% sure why I didn't love this, but I did really like it regardless. I ended up giving this 3 stars, definitely a high 3 stars, might even bump it up to a 4 stars, not sure, but right now 3 stars. Then we have The Wedding Party by Jasmine Gulleroy. This one is supposed to be a hate to love romance where our main characters are both friends with the same person who's about to get married, and they don't really like each other. They had a poor encounter previously and have just accepted that, you know, they're not friends, but they have the same friend. That is until something happens and sparks flies, and now they're trying to figure out stuff. Almost want to say it's a little bit on the forgettable side. I did enjoy it. This is definitely a solid 3. It was fun. It didn't really feel like they had much behind their hatred towards each other. So that was a little bit disappointing because I was looking for a good hate to love romance. And although I got something interesting, it wasn't entirely what I was looking for. Then, because I wanted to redeem The Wedding Party, I ended up picking up The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa. And And this one was really fun. This is basically about a Brazilian wedding planner who gets left at the altar after her ex-fiance is convinced by his best man or younger brother that, you know, she's not good enough for him or something like that. And years later, they end up having to work together and she needs to deal with her feelings so it doesn't get in the way of her getting a big job opportunity that she wants. This was really enjoyable. I did really like it. It was really fun. I wouldn't say it was my favorite thing. I think there were some things that felt a little bit rushed, like moments weren't like eased into as well as I would have liked. But overall, like I said, I did really like it. There were these like Portuguese moments that I felt were really charming and I really enjoyed. Higher 3 stars than this one, but still 3 stars. Then we have The Boyfriend Project by Farah Roshan, and this one I was really excited about. Okay, I did a terrible job trying to explain what this is about. So basically we have our main character who is a female, strong, independent, techie woman who ended up in a crap relationship with a guy who ended up catfishing her along with 2 other girls. They end up befriending each other after a public display towards said catfisher, and decide that they're going to hold off on relationships and focus on themselves. And during that process, she ends up meeting this new coworker and she starts falling for him, and it's really cute. It's really adorable. I liked the characters. I will say there was big secret between each other or misunderstanding between each other plot thing that I'm typically not a fan of, but I think this book did a great job making it make sense. I did like the main guy's character, like backstory and stuff like that. So like I felt like it was totally understandable, but at the same time, part of me was kind of like, I could do without, because I'm personally not a big fan of that plot in romances. This was another high 3 stars. Then we have Forbidden by Beverly Jenkins, and this is a historical romance about a former slave who is white passing and makes a new life as a white man, and a free black woman who is down on her luck and is trying to make it to California. On her journey, she ends up in sort of a detour and she falls in love with this gentleman, and since interracial relationships are against the law at this time, they have a big snag despite the fact of him actually being black. This was enjoyable. I will say, out of all of the 3-star books, this one I think had the most technical issues, things that took me out of the experience that I felt weren't totally believable, but I did enjoy it. I did like it. It was fun. And then the last book is Opposite of Always by Justin A. Reynolds, and I actually haven't finished it. Anyway, so that's it for the books that I have read this week and are currently reading. Hopefully I will finish this up early before I switch over to my BlackAuthorReadathon challenge and the prompts for that, which are mostly going to be horror and thriller novels by Black authors. I'm so excited. If you're excited about that, to come back next weekend for the next vlog. It's gonna be fun. It's also not just going to be reading, even though it's a reading vlog. I will be doing the video challenges and some of the Instagram challenges in addition to reading all of the books that I have on that list. So I'm really excited. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you're as into it as I am. If you liked this video, be sure to pop this emoji down below to let me know that you've gotten this far and to help promote and support the channel. Comment, thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. This is like my second time filming this part, so my bad. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Until next time, bye!